Hi there, Elise Dewsberry here with my 100th post in my vlog on how to get no feedback from Elise. So you'll have to indulge me a little bit this month. I had the pleasure just a week ago of singing a couple of songs at my daughter's wedding reception. These songs were particularly written for her and for my new son-in-law by a couple of writers that I've worked with in the past at New Musicals Inc. The writers are lyricist Laurie Jarislaw and composer Morgan Hollingsworth. And I wanted to share these songs with you because they both exhibit some interesting examples of progressions, which I've been talking about for the last couple of months, and of a twisting a hook to get something slightly different happening. So I'm going to talk a little bit first about what to look for in each of the songs, and then I'm going to play for you. Camera happened to be running when I did this, so I'm going to play for you me singing those songs with captions on them. So you might want to go listen to them and come back and listen to my description, or listen to the description, then listen to the songs, then go back, however it works for you. So the first song was written specifically for my daughter, and it's called The Person You Would Be. So what I want you to listen for in that song is, first of all, it's a time progression. So in the first A, the reference is to when my daughter was only 6, when you were only 6. And then in the second A section, she becomes 17. When you were 17, this is what was happening. And then, of course, there's a B section that goes off in another direction. And when we come back around to the A, it's now you're all grown up. So there's your time progression from when you were 6 to when you were 17 to now you're all grown up and getting married. There's also an evolution in the hook. At the end of the first A section, the line is, I couldn't wait to meet the person you would be. You know, there's the song title, The Person You Would Be. At the end of the second A, it changes a little bit to, still, I could see the kind of person you would be. And then after we get through the B section and come back around to the A the last time, it changes yet again into, just believe in the amazing, wondrous person who you are. So there's a progression in the hook as well. And then one other thing for fun, there's another little thing that I enjoy. In the first A section, when she's 6 years old, the lyric is something about how you enjoy chasing fireflies when you were only 6. This comes back in the final A. With the advice from mom saying, keep on chasing fireflies and your light will never fade. So I love that callback to the thing from when she was 6 that's now coming into play as a grown-up. So that's The Person You Would Be. So the next song that I sing there is called I Never Knew, and this one is aimed a little bit more at my son-in-law. Now, the interesting thing about this one is it's an interesting progression in that it is a storytelling song. So it actually progresses through time, not just an A in one time and another A in another time, etc. It really progresses through a whole storytelling arc. So it begins at the very beginning when I was contemplating having a family and admit to the fact that I really only wanted to have a girl. So when I had a girl, I didn't really want to go forward and have another child. And then it moves on there to talk about when our girl grew up and she met a guy and she went on a date and then she found the guy she wanted to stay with, and some things about their relationship, and then some things about the family members that came along with this new son-in-law, and then ending up with now we're all a bigger family. So it's a very interesting sort of storytelling progression throughout the whole piece. This one again has, there's a chorus section in this one that changes, the lines of the chorus change a little bit. The first time we hear it, it is, your heart doesn't care where you've been, your heart doesn't care what you've done. When that we only hear that chorus twice. When it comes around the second time, it's, your heart doesn't care what you do. All at once your sweet family grew. So there's just those little tiny changes in that. Within that chorus also, there is a hook that stays the same. Love sneaks in like magic, steals away time. We hear that twice, but the line that follows it changes each time. So the first time through, we get, love sneaks in like magic, steals away time. Your heart skips a beat. You write love songs that rhyme. Then when we hear the chorus the second time, it's, love sneaks in like magic, steals away time, and you're in a circle that's simply sublime. So there are some things that repeat, but it develops. So it isn't repetition without development, it's repetition with development. And then once again, in this one, there is also a hook that evolves. So there's sort of an intro to the idea of the hook in the intro of the song about how when I decided that I'd had a daughter, and so I didn't think about a son. That sets up the hook. And then at the end of the first section, we hear, now not only do I have one happy daughter, I have one happy son, the son I never knew I wanted. So that there's your title, I Never Knew. When we come back around to that after the rest of the storytelling and after it evolving to include the rest of my son-in-law's family, the final time we come around to that hook, it's now our one happy daughter, one happy son. Now our families are one, the family I never knew I wanted. So again, a little evolution of the hook. So I'm going to go on now and append to this me singing the two songs and their captions so you can follow along, and then you can come back and check out those progressions and evolutions of a hook and all that sort of thing. And so I hope you have a very happy new year, and thanks for celebrating my daughter's wedding with me. Thanks, and toodaloo. Life was so much simpler when you were only 6. You'd happily chase fireflies and delight in pickup sticks. When love meant eating ice cream and climbing every tree, I couldn't wait to meet the person you would be. You stood for peace and justice when you were 17. You held on to the truth and wouldn't stand for in between. But when you had to make a choice, well, you weren't fancy free. Still, I could see the kind of person you would be. How do you know if red is the best when blue would be beautiful too? How do you know if you're living your dream instead of just making do? Now you're all grown up and love has knocked you off your feet. You said, hey, Mom and Dad, so there's this guy you have to meet. He's funny and he's honest and he's loving through and through. And I can't help but think he's too good to be true. How do you know if he is the one who'll love you forever and more? How did you know that Dad was the one you'd always trust and adore? Well, you never know where love is. You simply must decide. Then hang on to your hat for an extraordinary ride. And if you're half as lucky as I got with you and Dad, make choices and take chances, and you will have it made. Keep on chasing fireflies, and your light will never fade. Trust yourself like I do, and I know that you'll go far. Just believe in the amazing, wondrous person who you are. We wanted kids, thought it might be nice if we had two. Rebecca was the first to make her grand debut. I never would admit it. But secretly I knew I longed to have a baby girl, a pink and not a blue. So when our daughter joined us, I was sure that we were done. What a beautiful life we three would have. Didn't think about a son. Our girl grew up. Eagerly she searched for her soulmate. She dated this one, also that one, but none were worth the wait. One day, on a dating app, a handsome man gave her a like. His texting was articulate, which quickly made her interest spike. They had a date, and he was as cute as his profile. They talked until the place was closing. He fell hard for her smile. They shared basic values like autonomy and women's choice, crushing white supremacy. What's more, he had a sexy voice. Your heart doesn't care where you've been. Your heart doesn't care what you've done. Love sneaks in like magic, steals away time. Your heart skips a beat. You write love songs that rhyme, and suddenly things that were hard are now fun. And now, in addition to one happy daughter, I also have one happy son. The son I never knew I wanted. She found her man, didn't know how much he had loved meat. Rebecca needs her kale to make each day complete. But that's what makes life vital, keeps mystery alive. They'll teach each other brand new things, and that's what makes love thrive. The Gabras hail from Egypt, from Toronto the Greens flew. Both kids were 11 when they came to California too. Della is warm and open, and about as gracious as she's kind. And brilliant sister Noah, wow, this whole family, what a lucky find. Your heart doesn't care what you do, all it wants